If you live with a cat, you've likely seen it happen around 3 a.m. A pet that was perfectly calm moments ago suddenly bolts down a dark hallway as if responding to a silent alarm. Owners have historically blamed these episodes on lunar madness, reporting a specific set of recurring symptoms: sudden clinginess, puffed up tails, and aggressive hissing matches between pets that normally get along. These stories were long dismissed as coincidence until a 2007 veterinary study analyzed over 11,000 emergency room visits. Researchers wanted to know if there was a genuine connection between the lunar cycle and the types of injuries they were treating. The investigation uncovered a statistically significant 23% spike in feline emergency room visits during the peak of a full moon. This data forced researchers to look past folklore and examine how light levels impact both feline biology and human routines. This statistical increase in chaotic behavior is a verifiable biological reality. It is a predictable response to the massive shift in ambient light that occurs during a full moon. The root of this behavior is inside the feline eye. Cats possess massive corneas and a retina packed with 6 to 8 times more rod cells than our own, making them ultra-sensitive to light. Behind those cells is the tapetum lucidum, a reflective layer that works like a biological mirror. When light enters the eye and passes the retina, this layer bounces it back, giving photoreceptor cells a second chance to capture the signal. This dual-pass system amplifies the soft glow of a full moon, effectively creating a state of constant visual overstimulation. That photonic flood disrupts the cat's internal clock. Instead of resting, their brain receives a signal that it's time to hunt, turning their quietest hours into a state of hyperactive wakefulness. The midnight zoomies are the direct neurological consequence of sensory overload. Their bodies are physically reacting to an environment that has suddenly become too bright for sleep. This sensitivity is an evolutionary holdover from the African savanna, where light levels dictate the life-or-death movements of apex predators. For lions, the full moon is a hindrance. The bright illumination ruins their stealth, making them visible to their prey and causing their hunting success rates to plummet on moonlit nights. This data shows the post-full moon spike. Lions are at their hungriest and most dangerous in the pitch-black days immediately following the full moon, as they move frantically to catch up on missed meals after a week of failed hunts. In contrast, the ocelot uses this extra light to its advantage. These predators shift their activity to align with the full moon, using the better visibility to hunt nocturnal rodents that are more active when the ground is illuminated. A house cat's frantic behavior is a modern echo of these ancient survival tactics. They are responding to the same light-driven cues that have governed feline hunting for millions of years. These triggers will align again on April 1, 2026, during the arrival of the pink moon. Despite the name, the moon will not actually take on a pink hue. It will cast the same stark white light that stimulates your cat's nervous system every month. The name refers to moss-pink creeping phlox, a wildflower that typically blooms in North America right as the spring lunar cycle begins. This event also marks the Paschal Moon, which determines the date for Easter and has served as a cultural symbol of renewal for generations. While humans use these cycles to mark time and celebrate traditions, for felines, the pink moon is strictly a biological trigger that dictates their activity. Because cats are overstimulated and bolder during these phases, they take more risks. This heightened state of arousal is what leads to that documented 23% spike in veterinary emergencies. Keeping your cat indoors during the full moon is a simple way to mitigate these risks. It prevents them from escaping or engaging in territorial fights while they are in this hyper-restless state. You can help them release that pent-up hunting energy through focused, interactive play. Use toys that mimic prey to tire them out. To calm their environment, you can draw the blinds to block the photonic trigger. Pheromone sprays and vet-approved CBD treats are also effective tools for settling an overstimulated cat. Managing a cat during the full moon requires you to treat them as a wild predator responding to its environment, rather than a pet that is simply acting out. For years, a divide existed between owners who claimed the moon changed their pets and experts who dismissed the idea as folklore. The reality lies in the middle. While lunar madness has no mystical cause, The behavioral shift triggered by amplified light is a verifiable biological fact. The veterinary study also identified a secondary human factor. People stay active longer on bright, moonlit nights. This change in our own behavior inadvertently disrupts our cat's routines and exposes them to higher risks of accident or injury. When your cat starts howling in the dark, they are simply responding to an ancient call that remains hardwired into their biology. To learn more about the wild side of your domestic pets, like and subscribe, and let us know in the comments, what's the strangest thing your cat has done during a full moon?